So there are so many things I want to talk about, and I don't know which one to talk about. I've got channels that were coming in, but there were many, and I just learned some really, really interesting stuff about manifestation today. And my cat is going completely bananas. Yeah, calm down. She's got the cone on still. Yeah, can you just calm down? Anyways, I want to talk about this manifestation stuff, but I feel like I need a little more time to translate it into my own words. But it's fascinating stuff. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Andrea. I am trained as a therapist. I work as a coach. I'm a professional tarot and oracle reader. I'm obsessed with manifestation, and I'm also a professional DJ. And I have a cat named Princess Pearl the Benevolent who's wearing a gigantic cone, and I feel like she channels Lady Gaga when she's in the cone because she just waggles her head back and forth, back and forth. It kind of looks like walking on the runway, but also a little bit like an alien too. So she's gonna probably try and jump up here. Hi. Trying to get her to not do that because she starts dragging it across the microphone. It's all too much excitement. Anyways, I really want to talk to you about this manifestation stuff, but I do want to have it as more of a fully formed thought. But it's so much about frequency, which every manifestation teacher is going to be talking about, but it's an idea about how sometimes when we're trying to manifest things, we can get into a state of pushing and thinking that we need to be doing. And it's kind of ironic because I'm currently doing a 90 days or longer, challenge to post every day. In my business, or whether it's on my music page for DJing, whether it's on the coaching. I've been doing mostly, I think it's been over a week of just doing long form videos on YouTube, and I love doing it. I'm really excited about YouTube, so slowly growing. But the funny thing is that the thing that I learned today is that it's actually not necessarily about consistency. Now, consistency is helpful when it is helping you solidify a new identity, right? If you're a person who really wants to have a YouTube channel and you want success in your business through a YouTube channel, but you don't identify as a YouTuber yet because you're new to it, yeah, consistency, doing it every day or every other day is going to be really handy. And I personally am in this 90-day challenge to do something consecutively. However, what I was learning about was how the consistency, once you really start to solidify this new identity, and identity is frequency. Frequency determines identity. Identity determines frequency in a lot of ways, and we'll dig into it in another video. But once you've created more of a solid foundation and solidified that connection that you have to this new identity, the version of you that does this naturally, you don't need to be showing up every day. There's this narrative that in order to get anywhere in your business or towards your goals and your manifestations, that you need to, ma'am, it's not happening. 1 second. Hey. Okay. That you have to show up every day with consistency. And yeah, that helps you solidify the identity. You're practicing it until you become it. I don't say fake it till you make it. I say practice it until you become it. And once it's more solidified and you actually start to identify more as this other version of yourself than the one that you were before, who did not do the thing that it is you want to do, you don't need to necessarily be showing up every single day. It's good advice, but it's not the only advice. And what it really boils down to after a while is can you maintain the frequency? Can you hold it so long, so much that it just becomes your identity? And then, if we get really metaphysical about it, it's as if you're moving through the world in a way that you've shifted the identity, and people can feel that. It's like people who resonate with you are hoping that you're going to post. So they're already paying attention. You don't have to capture their attention. You've already got it. You've shown up in the past in this frequency, in this identity, and put things out into the world that people interacted with. They're now following you. They're now your subscriber. They're now interested in you and your products and what you do. And they're waiting, as opposed to you need to show up all the time I mean, you could conceptualize it as you build momentum, and then to a certain extent it can sustain itself. I'm not saying go on a hiatus and take several months off, because you might lose some of your audience or you might lose some of your momentum. But there is something to be said for really, really shifting your focus to the identity and the frequency while building momentum, but then really prioritizing after a while the frequency and the identity, because then that means that you can have days and periods of time when you don't necessarily show up. It's pretty tough to show up every single day. I'm doing it because it's a challenge, right? I have a goal. And it's something that's not necessarily sustainable for, your entire life. So I want to talk more about this, but we're going to do a tarot reading. But I just want to share that little bit about how, I have it written down above my desk where, frequency first. Frequency first. Frequency is, I like to say frequency is everything, but it's not everything. It's the primary thing. Your frequency, which is, it's a combination of things. It's not just your mood. It's not just your emotions, but it's the identity. It's it's like the flavor of how you're going to show up in the world. You don't even have to necessarily be in a good mood to maintain a certain frequency. Maybe it's one of powerful leadership. Maybe it's one of truth, of honesty, of accountability, of so many different things. And you can experience a full spectrum of emotions while also being in that frequency. So again, conversations for another day. But I just want you to know that I am living proof of this. The more that I focus on the identity of the person that I show up as, the more things change, and people can feel that, whether you are there present or they are missing your presence because you have maintained this shift. It's all effective, but I really encourage you to experiment with this. Yeah, keep showing up. Don't just abandon your projects or your manifestations, but put frequency first and see what happens in terms of how effective the things that you do, if they're more effective, if it requires your presence all the time, or if you're able to actually take a step back and let your identity, your frequency, and the echoes of your presence do some of the work for you. I think that's super interesting. Anyways, that's my little spiel, but let's get into a channeled message. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if this resonates with you. And yeah, we'll get into it. I got my water bottle in London when I was there in December and January, and it was very cool as a DJ because all my favorite music comes from the United Kingdom, and I got to DJ at the Ministry of Sound. And if you're a DJ or a music lover, especially in Europe or the UK, you know the Ministry of Sound. So that was pretty exciting for me. But I do love my water bottle, and it was £3 because I can't get the sticker off. I'll scrub it off later. Anyways, let's get into it. What does the collective need to know? I don't know if it's my own excitement or if it's your excitement too. I personally do feel a shift. I think that there's been a heaviness recently. I know that the people that I speak to are very much in the womb of transformation, if you will. And my Duolingo agrees. Pardon me. It's like coming out of, not hiding, because I do think that you're still being very protective of your energy. There's some self-preservation energy that's going on. But I do think, what's that about? Communication. Okay. Interesting energy. Okay, I'm going to get more cards here. Can you please clarify? Oh my gosh. What is happening? Okay. Maybe we're not quite out of the woods just yet. So we did get the Ten of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords is what one of my favorite readers calls the stick a fork in me, I'm done card, which is like, it's beyond burnout. It's not even the Ten of Wands energy anymore. It's, I'm done. I couldn't care less. Like wash your hands of it. Just like, I'm done. More than done. And on the bright side, there's some of these pink clouds here. You can't really see it in this card, but the traditional deck, there's the sun is rising, but you've still got, the person who's pretty done lying on the beach. This one's funny because this individual is doom scrolling, but it's like, it's a disengaged energy. It's like, I'm not even engaging in this right now. But what's interesting is that it's actually in the reverse in this spread. Not really a spread, it's an explosion of cards on my desk, but it came out with the Knight of Swords, which is communications. These days, this can be social media, it can be email, text, it can be over Instagram, but it's coming in hot, it's coming in fast. And so there's something, it's such an interesting energy. It's like you're not done with it yet. Maybe you emotionally, or maybe mentally you feel like you're over it, but emotionally you're not. Maybe you felt like you had just let the thing go, but now you feel like it's not done and you still have something left to say about it. I don't know. This will be unique to you. It's like having thought you were over it, but not quite. And it doesn't necessarily mean emotionally. It's like there is something left to be said. So you're not done with it yet, whatever this thing is. Now the sun came out, which is the happiest, most joyful card in the deck. We love the sun. It came out sideways, and I do read cards sideways, which means that things are just very changeable. So your mood could be greatly impacted. It might just be this thing in your life. Like other areas of your life could be great, no problems. And then it's just this one thing that you thought you were done with. Ooh, itchy nose. This, always happens when I'm channeling. This is why I constantly have a red nose. It's either cat hair or we're channeling. But this is like, this could be an old pattern coming up. This could be old fears. This could be just something that you thought you were over it. And then something comes through. Maybe it's a message and you didn't think you were going to hear from them again. And you're like, I was over this. Why are you messaging me now? Or, oh yeah, really itchy. Or, a situation has come to a close. You think it's done. And then for some reason, you're getting contacted again. Or it was done and then something triggers you and you start rehashing it again. Like, check yourself. Maybe that's you. But it feels like there's still some sort of communication around this thing that is either opening it back up or there's things left unsaid, and it is impacting your joy. It's impacting your happiness. So, that's for you to work on, like catching, okay, I'm letting this impact how I feel, and that interrupts your manifestations. It's not about not having any feelings. We have feelings. We're human. But it's about recognizing when something is making you wobble and then choosing differently. Going, okay, I can see that this is really bothering me. So how am I going to cope with it? How am I going to process it? Am I going to sit with that feeling? I'm going to let myself feel it really intensely and then let it go? Or am I going to compartmentalize it in a healthy way? Put it on the shelf of your consciousness and then come back to it later when you can sit with it, or you can journal. What are you going to do? Are you going to meditate? There's different ways to manage it. Are you going to regulate your nervous system? Ooh, jeez. Ooh. You're very clear about something, though, because you've got the moon in reverse, which represents uncertainty. Now, the moon can also represent intuition, though I'd say that's more the high priestess energy. The moon, generally speaking, is talking about a lack of clarity. It's like borrowed light. It's not the sun's light. It's not the sun. It's light that's borrowed from the sun. The moon doesn't generate its own light. It reflects it. So the moon in reverse, because the moon suggests a lack of clarity. The Moon in reverse suggests a lot of clarity. Oh yeah, okay. We get the Three of Wands, which is the waiting for the ships to come in, but then it comes with the Eight of Wands. They're coming in fast. You have clarity all of a sudden about a situation that came to an end and maybe got rehashed, I don't know, today or will, or there's still communications about it, but it's almost wrapped up and you are so ready for something else. You're so ready to move on. Oh my gosh. Don't let old situations, which are linked to old mindsets and emotions, drag you back again. Like you're beyond it. You've shifted. You're on a different timeline. You're on a different trajectory. Sorry, a little water. You're on a different trajectory. You needed it to come to an end. This resonates in my own life, but many people that I'm talking to as well. So what is it that's going on in your life that really had to come to an end? Or are you hanging on to something that is holding you back that you need to let go of? Because I'll tell you right now, I get that there can be fear around bringing something to a close. It can be terrifying. Like cruising in the void space is what I do with my clients. I help like shepherd folks across because I am there. I've been there. Most people are there much of the time. And it's just it can feel scary because it feels so uncertain. And uncertainty is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like fertile ground for something completely different to grow. But we need to remove certain things. It's like if you don't have any more room on your fabulous clothing rack, like you got to get rid of something if you want something new. You got to clear out the closet. You need to do a life audit. You need to get rid of connections that aren't serving you and don't feed you. They don't nourish you, and instead they're just taking up energetic space if you want to meet new people who you will prioritize in your life, right? So you might be feeling a bit of fear around this thing coming to an end, but it's done. Even if not in practicality, maybe it's just in your own mind, or you can see something like really just, it's falling apart, or it's not going anywhere. A relationship, a work situation, a living situation, a path that you were pursuing that just doesn't feel like it's resonating anymore, whatever that may be. If you're in the void space, look with excitement. Like, this is this is like the frequency thing. If we're getting into spiraling about the things that were lost, time wasted, opportunities lost, things not turning out as we expected, what are you going to do now? What does the future hold for you? Nothing's clear, all of that stuff. It's really hard for you to see the right ships. It's like if you're really, really down in the dumps, you're not going to be open to solutions, creative solutions. You won't be able to think of them yourself. If someone presents you with an idea, a creative solution, you might just, wave it away, like, oh no, like that, I couldn't do that, or that won't work, or whatever it may be. And it's a frequency thing, because frequency is linked to your identity, and the identity of a person who is a problem solver or seeks solutions in a proactive way. They're somebody who's probably not going to be stuck for too long in a state of hopelessness, right? So you can feel the feeling, but let it flow. Don't let it become you, right? Feelings are feelings. They're not facts, and they're temporary. They have a message for us, but then we do need to process and let them go, right? So the Three of Wands, you're going to be able to see the opportunities coming in faster. Eight of Wands, very fast. And with a lot more clarity, right? Moon in reverse, opposed to upright. And your joy is going to come back, because right now it's sideways. When you let go of the thing, because you might be holding on to it with this Knight of Swords, the communication, and the Ten of Swords in reverse, you might be struggling to let the thing go. Maybe the situation is done and over with, but emotionally or mentally you're hanging on for whatever reason, maybe because you feel justified in it, or you want justice, or you want apology, or you want resolution, or you want a different kind of clarity, but it's something from someone else and they can't provide it for you. It stinks. It really does. But you're not going to be able to. Yeah, okay. Really, we're really struggling to let it go here. 5 of Cups. So this individual is looking at the 3 cups that have spilled over, and then you've got 2 behind them, but they're not seeing that there are 2 behind them. This is, in an oversimplification, this is a crying over spilt milk card. It's dwelling, but it can also be necessary processing. But what they don't recognize is that behind them, those 2 cups could potentially have more love, abundance, overflow, because cups represent emotions and love, could have more than the 3 combined that they're staring at. So it's like you must let it go at a certain point in order to be able to turn around and turn your attention, or your consciousness and your frequency, like what you can perceive, to something else, because there's still so much abundance for you. You're just not seeing it right now. But the only way to let it in is letting go of what's, it sounds so cheesy, everyone always says it, but what is no longer serving you. It's in your mind. The thing is done. The situation is over. Maybe things did not end. Maybe the relationship just transformed, but you're hung up on the conflict, or you're hung up on the experience that you've had, and you're not moving forward within it, even though it didn't blow up. Like, this isn't just about really clear endings. This can also be transformations within a situation, but it's like you're not necessarily acknowledging or integrating that it has transformed. It's a dwelling on the past and not being able to see, not being able to, it's like you see a situation for what it was, which was not in alignment. So you saw that clearly, right? Moon reversed. But what you're not seeing clearly now is what it has transformed into, or how it's being transmuted. If you stayed within the situation, it has changed now. Or you have an opportunity to change it, to alchemize it, to make it better. And if it's a situation that came to an end, you had clarity about how it was not working, it needed to crumble and fall apart. But what you are not seeing clearly is the opportunities in front of you. You're still lamenting the thing. Like I said, certain amounts of time to grieve the endings of things is healthy and normal, and I encourage it. And I also encourage you not to get stuck in an illusion that, like, that you're stuck at all, that nothing's ever going to change now that this thing has come to an end. You know, that's it for you. There's no more opportunities. Like, I'm sorry, hello. There's lots of ships down there. You're just waiting for the right one. It's not waiting for one at all. It's just waiting for the right one. It's going to come so fast. Give yourself spaciousness to integrate what's happened. Whatever, I'm surprised we don't have the Tower on the table, but whatever big thing this was, just give yourself a little time to rest and to integrate it. Give yourself time to feel better before pushing yourself into the next thing. We can sometimes think that being in the void space is bad. It's not bad. It's just a void. There's just potential. There's opportunity for things to grow. But we haven't identified those things yet. So instead of pushing so hard, like, maybe you're tired. Maybe you just need to rest. Maybe you need to give yourself an afternoon. I did this on the weekend, usually because, when you're an entrepreneur, it's like right now it's almost 10 p.m. You never really stop. It's because hopefully you love what you do, but it's harder to have time boundaries around things. And I found myself so exhausted that I felt guilty taking a Saturday after I had volunteered for like 6 hours to just be like, you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to clean the house like I usually do on Saturday. I'm going to watch a TV show, which I so rarely do. But I did. I watched Netflix and I watched many episodes. I so rarely do that. And I gave myself that permission. I want you to give yourself permission to just recover from whatever this thing was, right? Your satisfaction, the 9 of Cups, this is feeling satisfied in life, feeling good about yourself, feeling good about your situation. It's just the key word is satisfaction. That is like being grateful for the things that you have, but also being grateful for the things that you don't have yet. When you are able to live your life from a place of satisfaction without falling into complacency, which is like not doing anything. Because you're like, no, I'm good. It's like, it's good that you're good, but keep moving. Stay motivated. Stay hungry for the things that you want that will really improve your life. Keep doing the I'm not going to say chasing the manifestations, but keep going for your manifestations while also embodying the satisfaction. The energy of satisfaction is the thing that's going to make your life more enjoyable in the present moment, right? It just allows you to appreciate what you have, but it is also an open energy that invites the universe to pour so much more into you. Is there anything else that we need to know? I like this message. Oof. Okay, well, that's just like a whole... Okay. So a whole bunch that just fell on the floor, and I was like, I don't want to pick those up. And then one fell into my lap. The world. Ooh, sorry. I think I'm supposed to cover up the nudity. But my nails look so nice. Ooh. Okay. The world. This is the completion of a cycle. Truly. Of a big cycle. Of a profound cycle. One that was necessary to close in order to open up the next big cycle. Like, we're moving into the energy of big things, even if it feels stagnant right now. The last one was a big deal. The next one is a big deal. And you are in the lull in the middle. So take this opportunity to rest and recuperate and integrate and basically just deal with how you're feeling, so that you can actually recognize the gifts and the opportunities when they start speeding towards you. You're going to start to feel a heck of a lot better. Get into that attitude of satisfaction and gratitude for what you've got. Yes, the attitude of gratitude, but it's so real. Someone once taught me this, and I really resonate with it, that a prayer, like praying, is not always meant to be asking for something. If you frame it in terms of manifestation and how that works, because when you're praying, you're asking for something. Manifestation happens when you are like grateful in advance for the thing that you have decided you're going to manifest, the thing that you want, instead of asking for it. Like, yes, you can do that too, but you also express gratitude for having the thing before you've manifested it, because it aligns you with the identity of the person who already has it. It's all a part of the practice. So this is your mission. Rest, recuperate, process, and really get into that feeling of, I'm okay, I got through it, I survived it, it's transformed or it ended. And now I can rest, work on the frequency and my mindset, because I really don't want you to get stuck in, oh, where did it go? 8 of Swords. so that you can then, honestly, the moon reversed, see things clearly, right? Your world is going to open. I can't show you this card because there's nudity on it. Your world is going to open up it in, like, I don't even have the right words for it, unfathomably huge, beautiful ways. Like, you can't even conceptualize it yet. So today, maybe don't even try. Usually I'd encourage you to get your journal or your Pinterest vision board or whatever. Like, it's helpful. These tools are great. Hi kitty. You don't need to do that right now. You just need to rest. You did it. You got through the thing. Your priority right now is your frequency, is your identity, and getting into that space of readiness for whatever amazing blessings are going to come in. And if you can tap into that good old attitude of gratitude, that stuff works. It really does. It's like being grateful for an answered prayer. I think that's really interesting. I loved that perspective, that prayer itself is not an asking, it's a responding. It's an expression of gratitude so that you can draw the thing that you desire into your life. I think that's so beautiful. Hope it's helpful. I am sending you so much love, and I will see you in the next one.